to around you. Also, please stop the run back this time. With that out of the way, Columbus, are you ready to laugh tonight? That was actually good for you come out. I said, are you ready? All this on. Please give a warm, let's go welcome forward, Jeffrey A.
Coming out and supporting these guys. Thank you so much for coming out here. I appreciate it. I'm sure they do as well. I don't know if you guys thought this was a Gallagher show where we're going to be smashing watermelons because nobody said nothing. But, it's not that way, but you do get to participate. Because what these guys are going to be doing, this is the graduation of their 8 weeks of improv classes, and they're going to be improvising for you tonight. So, how many are here by applause for your first improv shows? Great, you guys are in for a treat because everything these guys do up here, they're going to be making it up as they go along, and they're going to be asking you for suggestions for what they're going to do up here. So, for instance, they may ask you for something like, what's an object you would find up in your attic? And you would say,
Oh.
Dead body, a mannequin, which might be mistaken for the same thing. A bunny rabbit? What? Do you have rabbits in your attic? Dead ones. Yeah, sure. They're not going to live very long up there. But, yeah, so that's the way it works. Just shout out the first thing you can think of, and we'll take the first thing we can hear and make out and use that up here on stage. So that's the way it works. So you guys ready to get started? You want to meet? I do too. So without further ado, let's welcome our graduates from this year's this class. Please welcome to the stage Patricia. Because we have two Brians, so we'll have to distinguish the difference between the two. And how about Brian A? As you can see, they look so much alike as well. How about a hand for Shelley? Our youngest member, give it up for Corey right now. And Brian A's lovely wife, Jane. And last but not least, give it up for Scott. Now that you've met everyone, we now want you to ask one of them to leave. Who's it going to be?
Scott!
Scott! It's the first name they can remember. No! Alright, so here's what's going to happen. Scott's going out to our soundproof bar area out there. And while he's out there, we're going to be getting some information from you guys. And Scott's going to be coming back and he's going to be hosting a party and he's going to have to guess what it is that these guys are getting. The way this works is that if he gets close as he's guessing, you snap your fingers to let him know he's on the right path. And when he guesses whatever it is that their weird quirk is, then you go crazy with the applause. All right? So that's the way this game works. This is called party quirks. So to get started, I need a strange quirk for Brian. What's Brian's strange? He's a trap. So Brian is a trapeze artist. What about Patricia? What's her?
Blow up doll.
She's a blow-up doll. What about Zach? A pirate. He thinks he's a pirate. Pirate. Step up there. Glenn. What about Glenn? What?
Drug dealer.
He's a drug And what about
She only speaks in alliteration.
I'm not sure I do either.
All the same letter.
Give us an example there of speaking in alliteration.
Pete picks pirates.
What's that?
Pete picks pirates pleasantly.
Pete's been, oh, okay.
Dumb.
So you the same letter. Okay. All right. What about
Insurance salesman.
what? Used car salesman?
Insurance salesman.
He's an insurance salesman. This is going to be a stretch.
Like you're a doctor.
All right. And what about Jane? What's Jane's?
Truck driver.
What?
Truck driver.
She's a truck driver. Okay. Big rig.
Big rig.
Okay. And Shelley.
Zookeeper.
She's a zookeeper. All right, zookeeper. And last but not least.
Mafia hitman.
A mafia hitman.
All right, so here we go. We're just going to recap. So Brian.
Trapeze artist.
Okay. Patricia.
Blow up down.
Zach.
Pirate.
Alliteration.
Insurance salesman.
Truck driver. Zookeeper.
Mafia hitman.
All right, so go on off, and Scotty's going to come back and be hosting the party of a lifetime. So here we go. So on the count of three, let's go. Hey, Scotty, get back in here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Scotty, get back in here!
All right.
Get back in here!
When he starts giving plugs, give him one of these. Give him the snaps. Let him know. All right. You get going now. Go ahead and start getting ready for your party, Scotty.
Sit right here.
Hey, you having a party tonight? Yeah. Oh, all right. Is this the one that I'm supposed to be in? What? Is this it? Is this the one that I'm in? You can't keep your mouth shut. No. All right. Help me. I'm gonna be on a wire. You're on a tightrope? Help me out. Help me out here. Trapeze, all of that. Oh my God, my date's here!
Yes, yes it is. It's very friendly. Everyone's afraid of them. You're doing a great job.
Man, I can
Great
just.
job.
You can take it back.
Yes, I'll take that.
Thanks.
Take that.
Yeah. Okay, so is it a python?
It is, yes. It is a python. I have some others out of my car. Would you like me to bring them in?
Sure.
We've got a whole cage of them. Would you like one?
No. I'm going to house right now.
Well, actually, if I open the door, they're free to slither everywhere. And it's okay. This is my job. This is my job. It's not
Okay,
fun.
all right. So the snake keeper, zookeeper. Hey, what's the party?
Hey, Sally sells sea salt buttons. Your beautiful butterflies bouncing crazily.
Poet. Quite the poet.
Actually, crows caw. Bountiful, beautiful babes.
Luscious. Lingerie.
What? Brazenly broad.
Breast implants.
Arm fondle freely. Saggy shoulder.
Ding dong.
Scott!
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you for having me over. This is a really nice place here. Approximately how much is it worth?
Oh, about $2.
What would happen if your family suffered a loss of $2? That would set you back a little bit. Let's sit down and talk about this. You've got needs and I can analyze them. So, what I want to do is give you a complete package here. Okay? How much what cars do you drive again?
I drive a BMW.
BMW. Now, what would happen if you were driving that BMW and you hit that nice lady in the red right there? My mom. Your car.
I would feel terrible since
How
it was your mom.
would you? Yeah, I feel bad too, but how would you pay for that?
I would just run.
Responsibility. In the event of an emergency, something like a fire or a tornado, do you feel you're fully protected?
Do I need insurance or something?
Yeah.
Hey, good buddy. How are ya? Hey, how are ya? Nice here. You're right near the highway.
Park your
Yeah.
truck somewhere else.
Ding dong.
Hey, you got this.
You know with me for a second?
In my house.
Are you sure you don't have this, man?
It's like Nancy, I got Nancy.
My employer, I need to. Give me the drugs right now!
You're a robber? Oh, I'm being robbed?
Just kidding. My employer says you have the supply.
Bank robber, drug dealer, busting trucks, I don't know. Shit, I'm out of here.
Boss doesn't have any of this.
Mafia?
We request flight. She specifically speaks.
Condoleezza Rice. Sally. Always ask actual apples.
Apples eat a lot.
She's a literal person.
She's a little
Literate. Literate.
I never heard of this either.
I'm illiterate.
Alliteration. And apparently no one else here besides you, sir, knows.
I didn't know what that was.
But now I do. See, you learned something new every day. All right. How about a hand for Scotty? Huh? Now, please welcome to the stage Shelley, Glenn, and Rebecca. These three are going to be doing an activity. What is that activity?
Skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping. Okay, so these guys are going to go skinny dipping. And I need also three emotions. Give me an emotion.
Lethargic.
Lethargic is one of them. The emotion lethargic. Lethargic. What was that? Ecstatic. Ecstatic.
Surprise.
We got lethargic. That would sound look like a lot like medicated.
Surprise.
Terrified.
Ecstatic.
Surprise.
Terrified.
Surprise. All right, surprise. All right, so here's what's going to happen. These three are going to be doing a series of 4 short scenes. The first scene is going to be the neutral scene, and then the following 3 scenes are going to be affected by the suggestions that we just gave the players, which are lethargic, ecstatic, and surprise. Okay? So this is our first neutral scene about skinny dipping. Skinny dipping.
Oh my God, guys, do you want to go in? I've never done this. Okay. Take it all off. Take it all off. Oh, okay. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Okay. Ready? Let's go. Let's jump in.
And scene. There you go. First neutral scene, unfunny by design. So now we're going to do that exact same scene, done this time in the emotion ecstatic. Ecstatic.
Oh my God! I've done it before! Are you ready for
exact same scene done this time in the emotion of surprise. Surprise.
We could go skinny dipping. Right there. Take it off.
All right, so right now I need Scott, Brian, and Brian up on the stage. Scott, Brian, and Brian. Folks, you are in for a treat tonight because not only are you going to get some comedy, we're going to find out a lot of interesting things like what alliteration means. But beyond that, we happen to have with us Dr. Know-It-All. Dr. Know-It-All has the minds of three men combined into one. Dr. Know-It-All knows everything that there is to know about anything. So if you have any questions that are on the forefront of your frontal lobe that you want to unload, find out the answers to, this man can answer them right here. Dr. Know-It-All. How about a hand for Dr. Know-It-All? So, if you have a question for Dr. Know-It-All, we'll field it at this time.
What's the square root of 64?
Good question. This is a math question, Dr. Know-It-All. What is the square root of 64?
That's not a possibility.
It's not possible, ma'am. You can't figure that with the human mind. The meaning of life. Good question. A lot of us would like to know that. Dr. Know-It-All has been plaguing us since the beginning of man. What is the meaning of life, Dr. Know-It-All?
Well, I can't believe it's not really all that fun.
Suffering. That's the meaning of life. Wow. I guess we should all go out and end it tonight. Thank you for that wisdom and insight. Anyone else have a question?
Who killed Kennedy?
Who killed Kennedy? Conspiracy theorists back there doesn't believe the Warren Commission. Dr. Know-It-All, who killed Kennedy?
My mother's grandma.
His mother's grandma. I thought maybe she knew something about something. Apparently it was hers. So you will have to do the genealogy trace back to find out who she is and why she killed her. That's all we're saying at this point. We're all being engaged. Anyone else have a question for Dr. Know-It-All?
What do women want?
Good. Yeah, that's a good question. You're asking the man with the mind of three men, so. I doubt he knows, but we'll find out. Dr. Know-It-All, what do women want?
Women want the biggest
Brain.
and the biggest package.
And by package, I think he means wallet. All right, so there you go. We have time for one more question for Dr. Know-It-All.
What came first, chicken or the egg?
Good question. Another philosophy question. Dr. Know-It-All. I guess that's philosophy, or maybe it's just a chicken question. Dr. Know-It-All, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Great question. I really want to find the answer now. And it's 3 wives. And there isn't enough time in the day. But apparently I have to keep guessing, and I will finally stop.
I hope that clears it up for you. All right, so how about a hand for Dr. Noah? All right, let's get everybody up here on stage, all the players up here on stage. Give it up for them. So what we're going to do now is I need an occupation. Accountant. Okay. So we have accountant was the first thing that I could hear. So what we're going to do now for you is these guys are going to do a thing called World's Worst. They're going to be doing their impressions of the world's worst accountant. There's been a lot of bad accountants out there, but this is the world's worst accountant.
1 plus 1. 3.
The square root of 64? Yeah, it's not possible.
Porn star. There's been a lot of bad porn stars out there, but this is the world's worst porn star.
Excuse me, it's my first time, so. You want me to put what where?
My friends call me 2-inch Tony.
It's a two-hander.
How about another occupation? Nurse. I heard nurse. Nurse. All right, so there's a lot of bad nurses out there. This is the world's worst nurse you can possibly think of.
Hey, I'm Jane Sinclair. I'm the best nurse in the fucking world.
Okay, yes ma'am, you're here for your prostate exam, right? I don't know where this needle has been, but I hope it doesn't have Ebola.
Doctor, I can't stop the bleeding.
I'm so used to taking out these stitches, don't worry.
That's the world's worst nurse. World's worst. All right, one more occupation. All right, I heard undertaker. There's been a lot of bad undertakers out there. These are the world's possibly worst you could possibly.
Oh shit, it's alive!
Wow. She's kind of cute.
Anybody got a ladder?
I'm the last man to ever lay you down.
World's worst, I said. World's worst. Is that it? All right, that's world's worst. All right, so right now I need to keep up here Zach, Patricia, and Corey. Zach, Patricia, and Corey. All right, so So for this, I need an activity. What kind of activity? Line dancing? All right. So line dancing, and how do these three know each other? What's their relationship?
College roommates.
They're college roommates. So college roommates and they're line dancing. So this is a game called Sit, Bend, Stand, and at all times during this scene, one of the players must be seated, one player must be bent over, and one must be standing straight up. So this is Sit, Bend, Stand with college roommates line dancing.
All right, y'all ready?
I gotta put my boots on. I
Okay.
slipped
Well,
on
come
the
on.
tile.
Oh shoot, mine's not tight.
I'm gonna still put my boots on.
Come on, ready?
Boots on. I'm gonna stand up here.
Oh God,
This
hold on. I
process
need to
up.
take a breather before we start.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna stretch
I'm
and
ready.
then get back down.
All right, so it goes like this.
So I'm just gonna do this.
Oh,
Whoa, hey! You okay? You okay?
Help me.
Just, do things. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not a nurse. I don't know. How do I do
Oh,
this?
no, it's my back. It's my
Why
back.
don't you sit down?
It's my back.
Or just stand.
It feels better. It feels better like this. It feels better like this. Okay. Oh.
Okay. I'll change the music over here.
He's dragging too far.
We'll get a
Oh, I'm gonna.
line
Yeah,
dance.
throw me back like that.
Can't kick your nose right there.
Try to do a line dance.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Let's get back to the line dance. Let's get back to the line dance. Okay. Is everybody ready?
Yeah, roomies! Yeah! Oh, hey! I think I tripped on something. Yeah, well, I'm gonna fix my boots again. Yeah, there we go.
I need to be messing up your boots. You just gotta dance.
Let me help you up. Let me help you up.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
There we go.
So we gonna sit down?
Is this line dancing? Line dancing. I think there's something to not line dancing like this.
Yeah, I'm just walking in the line, that's all I know what it is.
Okay, my back. My back.
Hey, I'm-
Get up. Get up. Get up.
Yeah, I'm my line dancing.
Really hurts. Really hurts. Better now.
I'm gonna sit back down again, I'm just tired. What the hell I'm doing out there? There's a chair.
Oh,
It always goes like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit, yeah, every time we do this, it just,
This happens every time. Somebody knows their back.
sorry, we're old.
yeah, oh, yeah, I mean, not that old.
Pretty old.
Yeah.
Now please welcome to the stage Rebecca and Shelley. Rebecca and Shelley. And for this, what's their relationship? How do they know each other? They're opera singers. She has no voice. Right?
Improv.
It's not that good. Add an extra element to the scene.
Their mother-daughter.
Lesbian opera
They're
singer.
lesbian opera singers. Aren't they all? All right, so they're lesbian opera singers, and they're going to be leaving blanks in their dialogue. So this is a chance for you to help them out with their dialogue during their scene. So this is called Add a Word with lesbian opera singers.
You shouldn't sing with your voice like that. It's a beautiful voice. Not when you have that thing in it, that
Frog.
frog. A frog? I put a frog in my throat. Ribbon. Yeah. Yes, I've got some of that, what I got you last time for you to take. That Drink.
We should have a drink. My favorite drink is.
37 waffles.
My favorite drink is 37.
I love when you just like blend it together and like get all the chunks.
You know what, I don't think we should do that, because last time we ended up
In a diabetic coma.
in a diabetic coma, and you need to watch your sugar. Yeah,
I think the sugar helps by opera singing.
no, you need to watch your sugar, and you're gaining some weight.
Inches.
Yeah, yeah, so no sugary drinks for you.
Sweet tea, huh?
I'm gonna get you some more X-Lax.
Let's get everybody up on stage, all the players up on stage. Welcome back. And for this, let's see, we're going to divide them into small groups here. So, let's see, these three here, I need an emotion for these three people. What was their emotion?
Pain.
What is that?
Pain.
Pain. All right, so pain. Let me hear your pain noise. And these three right here, what's
Giddy.
I need an emotion other than pain. What was that? Infatuation. The emotion of infatuation. So let me hear your infatuation sound. All right. And these four on the end, what's their...
Horny.
What's that?
Horny.
All right, so these four on this end, let me hear your horny sound. Okay. So there you go. So this is something called an emotional symphony done with emotional sounds. Warm up your voices. Real quick, go ahead and grab a seat, guys. I'm going to make some announcements. It's time for some announcements to be made here. Hey, if you're not doing anything this weekend, we've got Adia Rodriguez and Carlos Miller. You might have seen them on Last Comic Standing. We'll be right here on this very stage. Contact the box office and get make some reservations. That's what they call it. Reservations for those tickets. How about a hand for your wait staff working hard? And leave a nice gratuity for those guys. They work really hard for their money. Also, we've got a show that I promote that's at Studio 35 on November the 4th. It's the finals of the Improv Wars, which if you like this style of entertainment, improvisation, we've got the 4 finalists from right here in Columbus that are going to be taking place and competing for the championship of the Improv Wars. It's Studio 35. It's 7 o'clock on Tuesday, November 4th, that's election day. So go out and vote, and then go get drunk and watch comedy. Also, if this looks like something you might want to do, or you know somebody that might want to participate in these kinds of classes or something, we do these classes, contact me after the show, and we'll get you registered. We've got an intro class beginning on December 7th, and an advanced class that will be starting on January 4th. So those are the announcements. All right, so are you guys ready to keep the show rolling? So now let's welcome to the stage. We've got Scott and Glenn and Jane and Brian. Give it up for them. All right, we're fortunate that we have a rarity in the world. We have Siamese twins joined at the head here, and so where would these Siamese twins be? Let's give them a non-geographic location. Working with
France.
France, that's not geographic.
Bowling alley. Bowling alley.
A French bowling alley. So, they're going to be at a bowling alley in France. So these guys are one person, and this is one person at a bowling alley in France. Hey,
How?
are you doing? Well, shoot. You
How?
a
Nice.
part
In.
your
There.
Oh,
Alley.
who are those people?
they
We.
are
Going.
to
Oh, really?
Like.
to
Join.
us.
I would like to have sex.
Let's.
Go
First.
you
And.
go and
Have.
sex. So
Well, how do you expect us to get off?
a
Fall.
and it
Down.
the
Alley.
That sounds so not enjoyable.
Are.
you
Here.
then
Menage.
you
Going.
to that
Off.
Well, it's going to be really hard.
Go.
to
The.
school
And.
by
On.
I have a view that I could spend on you.
I
Would.
pass.
Well, that is okay.
How
Me.
Well, you are
Think.
you
Are. Rude.
well. Some people love rudeness.
what
And.
we
Do.
that
About.
we do that now.
Well, we would rather go home and bang our drums.
other than Scott? Zach is going on to our soundproof bar area. All right, so now for this next scene, what we're going to do is Zach's going to be coming back and hosting a press conference, but he does not know who he is or what he's here to announce. So I need a person that Zach, who would he be? A famous person or a real fictitious?
Honey Boo Boo!
Honey Boo Boo. Yes. All right. So Honey Boo Boo, and so he's Honey Boo Boo, and he's here to announce something not associated with Honey Boo Boo. So what's he?
Nobel Prize.
All right. Yeah.
She hates her son.
So, Honey Boo Boo is here to announce that she is she's just won it or in the running, been nominated for a Nobel Prize. All right. Here to announce she's been nominated. I think it's kind of far-fetched to think she'd win it. All right. So these are the members of the press corps. They're going to be giving him clues with the questions that they get. Again, as he's getting closer, snap your fingers so he knows he's on the right track. When he gets it, go ahead and clap your hands. So, on the count of three, we'll go, Zach, get in here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Zach, get in here!
All right. So, members of the press, if you could line up over here. We don't have much time. We do have time to field a few questions. So please keep it brief because we have to continue the press junket as we leave here today. So here we go. We've got, we'll field a few questions. So if you please mention your press credentials, who you're here for, questioning, and your question. So if you have a question, just raise your hand and we'll take you in that order. So questions for, yes?
Shelley from Pageant Queen magazine. Were you really surprised to hear the news?
Yeah.
Yes, in the back here.
Yogi Bear from Yellowstone Times.
It's a funny story. It's kind of long, but I don't really want to get into it. You know, had something to do. Actually, I probably shouldn't say press conference.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the back there, sir.
Brian Schneider with Hillbilly Times. How does your mother feel about this?
You can ask her.
I want your opinion, her opinion.
She couldn't be more proud of me.
Of course, yeah, very good. Sure. Yes, sir.
Corey from Dance Moms. This change will affect the competition between our two.
I mean, probably not that much.
Yes, right here in the front.
Yeah.
The baby, yes. The finger is personal.
Baby and the finger. I didn't think that would come up in the press conference. Yes.
My turn.
So do you know what you're here to announce? Look at.
I rarely do.
Yeah, you rarely do. That's true. We do have time for some more questions then from the press. Yes, right here.
Yes. Hello, it's Patricia from Washington Herald. Do you really think, let's refer back to that last question about the finger, do you really think that you have integrity worthy of this?
No.
Anyone else have a question?
Brian Schneider with the New York Times. I mean, with your reckless background that you have, I mean, how did you really make it to this announcement?
Hard work and determination.
Yes, sir.
Yogi Bear, Yellowstone Times again. Economic
getting big, getting late.
Plastic we need. Yes, right here. Jacob.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh, and I'm winning like a Nobel Peace Prize.
Press conference now, so if you could just conclude with your statement, please.
I'm Honey Boo Boo, and I just won the Nobel Peace Prize.
All right. So for this next thing, I need Jane and Zach. Stay up here. Zach, stay up here. All right. So we're going to do something for you right now. What is their relationship? How do these two know each other? They're superheroes. What? Father? You want to be a superhero? Just fulfilled one of Zach's lifelong dreams. All right. So what's going to happen here is these guys are going to be doing a scene about where are these superheroes? Let's give them a location.
Kitchen.
They're in the kitchen. All right. So superheroes are in the kitchen. All right. And so at any time during this scene when they hear this, they have to take back what they just said and say something else. They have to change tack. So this is take that back with superheroes in the kitchen.
Oh, I think we that's a sign of the fry cook fingerer.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are we going to make though? What are we going to make? Cook some eggs?
Yeah, I mean,
You
yeah.
want to cook some eggs? I don't want to really want to cook
Yeah,
eggs.
fuck eggs.
Steak.
Steak, yeah, steak's good. Yeah,
Steak.
steak's not or
I hate steaks.
yeah.
But you know what? Let's get the frying pan out.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get the...
Let's-
Well, let's put it away, because,
Yeah.
I think I'd rather want to bake cookies.
Yeah, I just want. Things. We could just make stuff with our hands. Yeah, we could punch the meat or whatever.
Punch it.
Yeah,
Punch it.
or
Make it
pick it.
soft.
Yeah. All right. Or we could just leave it alone. Stand there. But should we just go with it? It's something to eat
Let's
before.
put it on the grill.
Or we can just throw it in the microwave.
Microwave.
Yeah,
I think we should put some lasers on it. Some of your lasers, superhero lasers on it.
yeah, or Beyonce. Yeah. Or John Travolta. Yeah. Or NSYNC.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the burgers ready. Let's
Well,
go ahead and get them ready.
sorry, the music, but yeah. Well, there.
Let's get them ready.
Okay, I'll pull the buns out of the microwave.
Let's go ahead and cook them on the charcoal grill.
Charcoal in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Well, not anymore. 'Cause,
In the
yeah,
microwave.
yeah, microwave.
There you
Yeah.
go. Put them in there. Put them in there.
Well, I thought it was over there.
Well, you know.
We got two microwaves. Yeah. Fuck yeah, we got like all money in the world. So we are broke as shit. We need to go beat some drug dealers up and get some money. Oh yeah, Walmart too. Yeah. Or Target, Shiny, or
Well,
Dollar Store. Oh yeah, well you got a gun?
that's firepower.
Oh.
Well, my weapon club, so I like to do about it.
I could, punch people in the butthole or something. I could kick them in the back of the knee. Or kick them in the front of the knee. Punch their neck. I don't know. I'm hungry for crime. I am hungry.
No crime, just peace. Peace.
Yeah, peace. Yeah, I keep doing this. It sucks. It's dangerous. We could get hurt. We could win the lottery. Fuck it. We go. Well,
You know
we're
what I
also.
think we should do?
What?
We should murder the guy with Bell.
Let's get everybody back up here on stage. We all come up here. All right. So for this next thing, I need a person, real or fictitious, it doesn't matter, just yet. George Washington, I heard. George Washington. And an object not associated with George Washington.
Pitchfork.
A pitchfork. All right, so we got George Washington and a pitchfork and a place that's not associated with
Outer space.
outer space.
Yes.
Okay. Outer space. So we got George Washington, a pitchfork, and outer space. Here's what's going to happen. All of these guys are going to be telling a story collectively about George Washington, a pitchfork in outer space. And there's 3 rules that they have to follow. And if they don't follow them, it's your cue to tell them to go and sit down. So you just yell out, sit down, when you see them make an infraction of the rules. The rules are they cannot pause when I point to them. If they pause or stammer when I point to them, you tell them to go, sit down. If they repeat what the person before them says when I point to them, that's your cue to tell them to go, sit down. And if they just start spewing out incongruent bullshit that has nothing to do with what anybody said before them, again, that's your cue to tell them to go, sit down. So they must continue the train of thought, finish the words. This is story with George Washington, a pitchfork, and outer space. And it'll go a little something like this. Once upon a time,
George Washington walking around like stuff and chopping down cherry trees.